Why do you need immune support hot cross buns? Sugar stuns your white blood cells, the ones that actually protect you from the viruses and bacteria. If you want to help your body and immune system and still enjoy sweets, you need sugar-free desserts that have ingredients that help your body, like zinc and vitamin C. So goji berries are famous for their vitamin C, but once you bake them, there won't be that many. However, very rich in zinc, which also helps your immune system. Because they're very dry, I like to soak them in a freshly squeezed orange juice. So this is 1 cup of goji berries to 1 cup of freshly squeezed orange juice. Now you can soak them even overnight or even half an hour before you start baking, just to get them a little bit softer. Now regarding the yeast, I'm going to put 2 teaspoons of white sugar. This is the only sugar that we are going to add to these hot cross buns. So they actually rise up because sugar is needed for the yeast. And I'm going to put 2 sachets or 2 teaspoons of the yeast, and we are also going to add 1/4 cup of the flour. So mix everything really well, and we are going to leave it for about 10 minutes to start rising. This is how it looks. It really goes crazy. And in the standing mixer, I'm going to add 3 cups of the flour and the yeast mixture. Now for the spices, if possible, use freshly grated nutmeg. I'm here using 1/4 of the teaspoon of the nutmeg. And I'm going to put 2 teaspoons of true cinnamon and 1 teaspoon of cardamom. It just gives the amazing smell to the baking. I'm also going to add 1/4 cup of the ground ginger. We'll also need 1/4 of the teaspoon of the Himalayan salt, and then we can add our goji berry mix. Now for sweetening, we are going to use the xylitol, natural birch extract, and I'm going to add a whole cup because we do want these to be sweet. So I'm also adding about 2 ounces, about 65 grams of soft butter. And I didn't show here, but I added 1 egg as well, so just whisk the egg before you add it. I like using xylitol because there is some data that shows that it may stop bacteria and viruses from attaching to mucous membranes like a nose and throat. I'll put a link in the description of the previous video where I discuss it in a little bit more detail. Mixer has been kneading this for about 5 minutes. It needs to be a very soft dough because we are not adding any sugar. So I'm just going to put some oil on top and leave it for about 2 hours to rise. This is after 2 hours. So as you're shaping it, it's still going to be very soft and quite sticky. So either use the flour underneath or some oil. I made 12 rather large hot cross buns because I divided this whole dough in 2. You could make 18 or even 24 if you want the smaller ones. So just divide in half if you want 12 or in 3 if you want 18. So just stretch each half again, and I'm going to divide this half into 6 parts. These are going to be the most amazing pillowy soft hot cross buns you ever had. So let's shape each piece of dough into the bun, and we are going to place it on the lined sheet so it can rise again. So once you finish the rest, we're just going to cover it with a plastic for about half an hour. Now for the paste of the hot cross, so we are going to add 1 ounce of the melted butter, 30 milliliters, 1 tablespoon of the xylitol, and just a half of the whisked egg. Reserve the other half because we'll brush the buns at the end. About a teaspoon of the vanilla and also 1 tablespoon of the milk. Now this is optional. You could add a zest of 1 lemon, and I'm also adding about half a teaspoon of the squeezed lemon. Now we are going to whisk this really well, and when it's whisked, I'm also going to add 1/4 of a cup of the flour, and we'll just mix it all together without spilling most of the flour. You just want it to be fairly soft paste, as you'll see. You just want it soft enough that you can pipe it easily over the buns. Now you can completely skip this step if you are happy to bake them without a cross and then put some frosting at the end, which might be easier. I just like them a bit more traditional. So these are the buns that have risen now, so you can see they look really nice and puffed up, and they're quite big. So I'm just going to slowly pipe the paste on top. And I love how they turned beautifully golden. It really puts a nice touch on them. Now your oven should be preheating 400 degrees Fahrenheit, 200 Celsius. We're just going to brush the pan. So this is the half of the mixed egg with 2 tablespoons of milk. And they're going into the oven for 15 minutes. It's really nice and quick. While they're baking, I'm going to make a super quick glaze. So I'm going to use my sugar-free homemade apricot jam, 2 tablespoons. Alternatively, you can use the simple syrup. Again, I will put a link to that video as well. And I ended up putting 3 tablespoons. So this is 2 tablespoons of hot water. I'm just going to mix it, but it was still too thick because you want to be able to nicely glaze the buns. The sugar-free jam recipes are part of my Kenkel Krasher course as a bonus. So I'm sorry not giving you here the full recipe, but I'm putting the simple syrup, so it's still going to be amazingly delicious. So just adding a little bit more water, and I'm very happy with this consistency. So this glaze is warm, and we are going to brush on a hot cross buns straight away with a brush. So again, you can use the simple syrup, warm simple syrup. I will put a link to that video in the description. And here they are, immune boosting, really healthy, diabetic friendly, sugar-free hot cross buns. They are absolutely worth the trouble, and I do not want my immune system to be stunned by sugar. I want to give it a fighting chance. And I still want to enjoy my beautiful desserts. If you enjoyed watching this video, please like it. And if you like to see similar immune boosting dessert videos, please subscribe to the channel. And it's really delicious. Hope you make it. Enjoy!